Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the DK podcast. This is episode 19. This episode will be broken down into two, episode 19.1 and episode 19.2. This is our first of many roundtable discussions. In this episode, you'll have myself of the Dreamcatchers organization, Cornell Titus of PCSI, Justin Murrell, the Dreamcatchers producer, and Susan Williams of Reimagine Reentry. This roundtable is full of important information to help break generational curses. I hope you receive what you need out of all of the information that we give out. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Hey everybody, what's up? This is Justin. We are here for episode 26 of the Dreamcatchers podcast. We got 4 people on the podcast today, so we're going to go around. You can get acquainted with their voices, and we might have a quick team up and have somebody jump on, jump off. But we'll start to my left, your right, and then just introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Susan Williams. I'm from McKeesport. I currently do reentry. I work at Reimagine Reentry, helping men and women that were just recently let out of jail. We help with barriers, any type of barriers leading to employment, housing, mental health. We also go into the jails 3 days a week and speak on a pause and teach workforce development. And that's about it.
Cool. And then if you want to go, sir.
My name is Cornell Titus. Work with an organization. You probably have heard of it as well, since I found out where you work at Pittsburgh Community Services.
Okay.
I am the pardon fellow / case manager there. So I help people pretty much re-enter society, help them clear their backgrounds, and just help them get ready for life, pretty much.
Nice. And last but not least.
Hi, it's me. It's your girl Joey. I'm your host for the DK podcast. Welcome everybody back. How was everybody journey in?
Good.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're going to just jump right into it.
We might as well.
Yeah. So Joey's the executive director of Dreamcatchers. And tell them a little about the mission.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know you wanted me to introduce myself completely, but okay. So yes. Again, I'm Joey. I have the organization Dreamcatchers. My organization is directed to single mothers, Black mothers who have been incarcerated or who are currently incarcerated. Also, I help with teens to basically get some understanding in life and to help them not make the same mistakes that we made. And I say we, a few of us on the panel have some backgrounds, but we made the best of it and we have overcame our obstacles. And we just want to let the young youth know that, just because you make a mistake, that's not the end. And we also want to let the mothers know that just because you make a mistake, it's not the end. You could definitely overcome from, a situation that may have happened. Also, we build the foundation. We help build the foundation for families. So this is a family organization, faith-based family organization. So we work from every aspect. Yeah. And we got the podcast. We have, like I said, we do work with the youth where we have a teen summit. We try to do every 90 days. We also work with the mothers where we try to give them an outlet. We do, it's called Ladies Night. Mm-hmm. And that's where we're at with it at the moment.
Yeah.
We're growing. We're currently growing.
Yeah. Yeah, growing. Cool. So this podcast look a little bit different. It's a panel discussion. So I'm going to ask the 3 panelists. We know Joey is normally the host. And I get to be the interviewee of today. So we're going to go back to Genesis story. So you guys have all been on the podcast before, but at the time of this airing, it's beginning of 2026. New year, different things are happening. Just remind people what inspired you to dedicate your careers, your time, your talent, your energy to supporting something like Dreamcatchers, or just the work you do in reentry, and expungement work and community development through your cause. So who wants to tackle that one first? And if you want to tackle that, you can talk to the people right there.
So me having previous experience with incarceration, and then I am one of 19 children.
Okay.
And a lot
Wait. You're one of 19?
You heard him.
Yeah.
Did you say it on the other episode?
No.
We can talk here. Just talk
you?
here.
No, yes.
You one of
I
19
did.
that
I
you
did.
know of.
No, that I'm 100% accurate with. Yes.
They're all Tituses.
They are. Yep.
That's crazy, yo.
Yep.
Wow.
There's only 4 girls, and the rest of us are boys. I'm the oldest of everyone, and so all my brothers are impacted by incarceration. So that's kind of how
Wow.
I got into this work. To be honest.
This is why we do this, because I literally press record.
Yes.
I edit this shit.
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't remember you saying that.
Yep. When we were getting into my background in the last episode, so yeah, I kind of touched on it a little bit.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy. All right, go ahead. Continue.
So yeah, me having experience myself and just people around me, seeing how they are being affected, whether it's them not being able to get jobs or housing, stuff like that. That's kind of what led me to this, pretty much.
Wow, that's amazing. So, Seasons, how about you? That's wow. 19?
Yeah.
So, growing up in McKeesport, there's a lot of violence, and I experienced a lot of family members and friends going through the system, and so I was always the one that when they got out was trying to talk to them and help them. Like, you ready? You ready to do the straight and narrow? You need a resume. Looking for jobs that was offender friendly. Also, I made some choices in my life where I associated and dated street men, and so I experienced some things. And so on the other half, I know the consequences of a female being with a man in the street. So it was just when you understand that this is a design play, it kind of lights a fire, and you want to do something about it.
That's
Cool.
awesome.
And we know, Joey, we'll never get tired of hearing it. You're the reason why we're here. And I've learned in leadership, the moment people get tired of it, they're finally just getting it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask the question fresh. What inspired you? What made you say yes to this work? Say yes to getting this thing done?
Well, the first thing that made me say yes was that you pressured me, and I had no choice. It's like, no.
This is not a cry. This is not a cry. This is not a cry for help.
Exactly,
okay?
right?
There's no cake
what you
involved.
gotta do, like a 4 or a blink of an eye or something like that? It's like, no. Honestly, what made me say yes was the fact that I have background, like I said before. I went to jail. I did some time, and also, like Seasons, I've been in relationships with people who also have been to jail and did some time. So when I came home from jail, in my mind, what was told to me was that, I was going to have to struggle.
Yeah.
Because of my background. I was going to have to struggle. And I also was told that, I was never going to get a respectable job.
Yeah.
Like, I was going to be stuck doing things that other people didn't want to do, what was left over. And I even went through the process of, trying to get, I think it's called bonded or something like that, where you get insurance on yourself and you present it to the employer, and they basically decide if they're going to take a chance on you or whatnot. So, I was blessed that when I came home, I was able to return to the job that I had before I went in.
Yeah.
And so with those thoughts in my mind, it's like, dag, who else is struggling? Who else would have an issue if they weren't blessed to be presented a position at a business or at a company? Who else is struggling to, get a respectable job?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I figured, black women, that was the first thing that came to mind because I'm black. So
You're a woman.
and I'm a woman, exactly. Yeah, I guess that would be the first. I don't know. They're kind of hand in hand. So maybe like 1A, 1B. But after that, it was like, mothers, because I love the children, and it went from there.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So, all right, we set the stage. We know who you guys are. Let's really jump into it.
Okay,
So,
let's get it.
This panel, we have a reentry expert, a man,
Pardon, fellow.
pardon fellow. I literally have the questions right in front of me. Pardon fellow, and we have a nonprofit leader. Like, you're a leader. So, my question to you guys, and we could pass it around, is what are some of the different perspectives that you're seeing? When it comes to this work, are there people who feel like, hey, this is a worthy cause, this is not a worthy cause, and like, what are some good, bad, ugly experiences that you've had so far when it comes to the work that you're doing?
Well, I'll go. So I'm sorry, repeat that one.
Yeah, so what are the barriers that you're seeing in the work that you do?
Okay, so I'll say one of the biggest barriers is housing.
Okay.
Coming out and getting housing, right? And we all know in order to be successful, you got to be stable.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So finding housing is hard.
Okay.
Finding housing is hard. And that's like the start, because for women, when women come out, in order to get your kids, you got to have housing. Right. And it's hard. A guy come out. Unfortunately, a guy can come out and stay with a woman, you know.
Okay.
Majority of the time it's kind of set up that way, but women come out, maybe they had a man when they went in, and they don't typically stay that long route, and when they come out, it's hard to get housing, and their number one priority is trying to get their kids.
Okay. All right. Housing.
I piggyback off the same thing.
Okay.
And just not necessarily being educated with them being able to clear their backgrounds.
Okay.
That's a lot of things that I've been hearing as well. But when they hear about it, and I educate them as much as I could on it, they are forthcoming, and they're like, waving the flags, like stuff like that. So yeah, it's like a mixed feeling for it.
Gotcha. So Joey, with the people that you're working with, obviously you've been through the process.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some of the barriers that you're seeing? Because you're not the only person that just came home and hit the ground running. I mean,
Right.
I know you had a plan and all those different things,
Right.
but there are people you were away with and that also came home,
Right.
and they are not where you are today as a leader. So what are some of the barriers that you've seen in their lives?
I would say stability with their families.
Okay.
Not having anybody that they can depend on to help them get on their feet. And I wouldn't say, when I say help, I don't mean completely support, but they just didn't have support at all. Like, they're out here on their own, and they're doing things like trying to get their children back and trying to get housing. And it's not easy when you have that background, because it's a stain, and they look at you funny. People don't want to rent to you because they don't know what you're into.
Okay.
They don't know if you're, if you are rehabilitated. They don't know if you're going to have a meth house, and you know what I'm saying, on their property. They don't know if, your kids are baby's kids and they're going to destroy their property. So it, they question, like, we don't know if we could trust you.
Gotcha. I wanted to go back to something you said. I'm thinking out loud here. So most of the people that have been on the podcast since we've been trying to do this work, they've been men, right? Like, we got 2 women so far. We're going to have more in the future. You made a statement about women having a place to live, but men not having a place to live.
It was
So unpack that a little bit more.
So I just recently started going into the ACJ, and I go on both the men and the women's pod. So speaking to the women, just be honest, women go in there, whether they go in there for a charge for their man or whatever, women go in there and the communication ends. There's no calls, there's no money on your books, there's no visits. Most men are not going down there visiting their woman. I want to say it's in a woman's nature, right? We have so much loyalty that we're there. We're putting money on the books. We're, going on visits. We're taking the kids down there. So, I mean, that's where the disconnect comes. And then depending on the family, it is different when a woman who is a mother spends time in jail, the consequences and how it's looked at the family as far as, like, who gets your child. And if it's your mom and she's working and taking care of your kids, does she have the time to come down there and bring the kids to you? So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that was very interesting, and I think I said it in reverse, or I didn't say it the right way. So how did you say?
Yeah.
Was it women?
Women have a harder time
Yeah.
finding housing.
Yes, women have a
Yes.
harder time finding housing.
Yeah.
Well, the priority when they come out is, different
Yeah,
than a
it
man,
is.
right?
Yeah.
The men are not coming out. Most men are not coming out to get custody of the kids that they lost, right? Because primarily it's the mother. So in order, the mother's first priority is to get her kids back. But in order to get your kids, you got to have housing.
Okay.
And in order to have housing, now they do background checks, now they do credit checks.
Yeah.
And you
whole
may
bunch
not
of
have even
stuff.
had credit.
Right.
Like,
A whole
there's
bunch of
so
stuff that
many-
you don't qualify for.
Yeah.
Got you. So that's important because I mean I know we talk about men, but Dreamcatcher is about single moms, right? Like who were incarcerated, who are incarcerated. So what are some things? If there's a woman listening to this right now, right? Whether she's incarcerated, she's been incarcerated, she's trying to get herself together. What are some things you would suggest?
Absolutely preparation while you're in there. While you're in there, there are things that you can do depending on your support system, right? So if you have a support system, I tell someone credit is important. Not just to get credit cards. Everyone is looking at your credit nowadays. So if you have a mother, an aunt, or someone that has good credit, allow them to help you with yours. If you put someone on your credit card, as an authorized user, you're in jail. You ain't going to get no cards. You ain't going to use it. It can help build your credit up while you're in there. Being an entrepreneur is a good start. And if you have a story to tell, you can live out your passion, help people, and make a living. So
Yeah. Joey, what about you from a woman's perspective who's actually been through the process?
It's kind of hard for me to speak on that part because I came home to a home plan. So I don't really know. I can't really tell you from like firsthand what the struggle was or could have been. I was blessed that my grandparents let me come and stay with them. However, a plan is most, I can only imagine that that's important because even though I had a roof over my head, I still had to make a plan because that wasn't going to last forever.
Yeah.
Right. So I still had to, like my grandparents, I had to pay them, and it wasn't paying them for them to keep the money. It was paying them, and they were saving the money for me. So once I was ready to go, they gave me back my money, and then I went and got me a place.
Gotcha.
So it was a plan. I had to work. I couldn't stay there if I wasn't working, man. I couldn't stay on the street if I wasn't working. They had to put me back. But a plan is very important. And if you do have some type of support system, reach out to them. Sometimes even if you are the type of person who doesn't want to ask for help, sometimes you gotta bite that bullet and you just gotta do it.
Yeah, that's good. So from the pardon fellow's perspective,
Listen,
you help people get pardons.
I do.
So the reentry piece is a part of that, right?
Yes.
Process. But what have you seen any success stories? Have you not seen any what?
So just speaking on what she just said, I completely agree with you. Just from a man's standpoint, the mindset is a little different. Just like you said, the woman's mindset is more so trying to secure their kids, and everything else kind of falls behind after that.
Yeah.
And the man's mindset when he gets out is more so trying to establish what he can before. It's almost like building a foundation.
Yeah.
His mindset is building a foundation and then taking those steps, I should say. Where the woman's mindset, that's her foundation. And those barriers are very, very important. My organization is actually right now we're trying to build like a committee with all the people who support with housing, Action Housing, people like that, where kind of see where their mindset is at.
Right.
Where we can kind of like partner up and make sure that this is not going to continue.
Right.
But yes, that's literally piggybacking off of what she said. That's literally what everyone's mindset when they're returning or they're already out here, and that's literally I've encountered like endless men, endless women. I just actually helped a young lady. I won't say her name, but helped her with her partner application. She was living in a homeless shelter. Her and her kids helped her navigate. She actually has her own house right now, and she has a full-time job too as well. So, but yeah, that's usually where the mindset is at.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So I want to switch gears real quick because I want to talk about from a systemic standpoint. So policies, there are a lot of different policies, a lot of different red tape to like keep people in the system or keep them in that hamster wheel of going round and round and round. I know Joey and I, we often talk about a lot of different things that is just not right. Like there's so many laws in place, so many policies in place that keep people from being able to move forward. So is there something that jumps out immediately to you that's like, hey, like if we could change this on a state level, on a federal level to make it work? So for me, going back to the housing piece, so I think about this idea with welfare that the father of the child can't live in the home in order for you to qualify.
Right.
And it's like, it just impacts everything, right? It just impacts everything. I think about how they're building prisons based upon a 3rd to 5th grade reading level. So certain things like that. So when you have policies, even in the welfare system for people who need help, but it encourages them to not have a father in the house. But then if you don't have a father in the house, you can't have a nuclear family. And if you don't have a nuclear family, then you don't raise, like it's just all connected. So what are some policies that you see as like, all right, that's a problem, that's adding to the problem and not really helping the problem?
So as you're talking, I'm just like, I'm not even thinking about policies. I'm thinking about once you understand that it's a design play and what it is made to do.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to know my rights and I want to exercise them, right? So just, I mean, if you're living a lifestyle, why not know what comes with it and understand? So they think they got this playbook, right? Like if I do this, but once you get in that situation, even going from the time you go to court, like knowing your case better than your lawyer, being able to tell him like, before I go upstate, make sure that the judge stipulates that, I need to get in a program, I need to do this, I need to do that, so that you're already having your mindset on working on you to be a better person. So you're putting yourself in position to win.
Yeah.
Like, you got to put yourself in position. We can, in my eyes, like, we can fight to change certain policies, but there's policies in place right now that should be protecting us, and it just depends on,
So what you're saying is even though there's not you want to specifically change right now, just being aware and being educated on what those policies are is more important.
Just being aware, and that's when self-love and that motivation to win comes in, because that place it's designed to tear you down mentally, So you got to know that if you can keep your sanity while you're in there, there's nothing you can't do.
Thank you for stopping by to receive all the knowledge that was given. I hope we were able to help. If you have any questions for any of us, please feel free to look us up on Facebook. One last thing, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Shout out to all the survivors, the battlers, and prayers to those who have lost the fight. We love you, God bless you, and we'll see you next week for episode 19.2. Peace.